Hello everyone, this is Marlies Ludwig and Jörg Schade from the HPE SAP Competency Center, and today we want to introduce HPE and SUSE SAP HANA Mission Critical Environments to you. Before we are starting with our solution portfolio, we would really like to talk a little bit about the HPE, SUSE and SAP partnership and what that means for you as a customer. SAP and HPE have had a 30-year successful and very strategic and complementary partnership. So with the beginning of R3 and a little bit before that, SAP and HPE started collaborating jointly, and to date, this has always been complementing each other. There is no competitive angle in this partnership. It's really based and aimed at the success of our joint customers. We are driving towards continuous co-innovation, and this is not only between SAP and HPE, but it also includes partners like Intel and SUSE that are part of our regular co-innovation meetings. And this co-innovation is based on a worldwide basis, as you can see here. So we have co-innovation labs in Palo Alto, in Waldorf, Germany, and in India, and our joint teams are collaborating across the globe for you. We have a large base of joint customers and thousands of SAP HANA customers in the meantime, and we are not stopping there. We are continuing to strategically invest in the development of new solutions around SAP HANA, and we have dedicated people to do so. In addition, we have a large base of support people that are really committed to make this work also in the deployment, implementation, and manage and operations phase. Now looking a little bit more into what that means for the partnership of HPE and SUSE. Now, first of all, there's a lot of credibility. SUSE and HPE have been partnering around SAP HANA from the very, very beginning on when SAP HANA was introduced back in 2011, and even before that, when the beta phase was going on. So SUSE has been the #1 partner from the beginning, because at the time it was also the only certified one. Now, in 2017, HPE and SUSE received awards on technology innovation and SAP HANA innovation at the same time. And we believe this also showcases the joint co-innovation efforts that we are taking for our joint customers. In terms of high availability and performance, we do have a very strong portfolio that we are going to cover in a couple of minutes. And also when it comes to time to value and manageability, with pre-configured appliances, customers have the choice to really speed up their deployment, reduce the time to value that they really have, and streamline the entire system administration. When it comes to support, we have more than 9,500 support experts around SAP that can manage the entire stack. Therefore, they are not looking only on the technology side and the data center stack. They are really taking it up to the operating system and the application layer on top of that, so that the customer gets a really end-to-end support experience that makes his life so much easier. Now, looking at the evolution that SAP's ERP and enterprise application software has been taking, as I said, HPE and SAP have been partnering since the early 1990s. So we started actually in 1990, just before R3 was launched, and the collaboration with SUSE came a couple of years later between HPE and SUSE in the mid and 90s. Now, as far as SAP HANA is concerned, we've been partnering from day one on, and we are just not stopping there, right? So we are continuously co-innovating, we are meeting, our experts are meeting regularly, and all of this is really aimed at the success of our joint customers. In terms of the offering, when you're thinking of HPE, you might think of data center infrastructure. Basically, you might think of servers, of storage and network, and this is just right. This is really the core. This is the heart of those business critical solutions. However, in terms of the end-to-end stack, we have so much more to offer. So whether it is about IoT and edge, or it is about big data, or it is about artificial intelligence, HPE has solutions to really fuel this SAP Intelligent Enterprise end-to-end. And we are supporting all of this with our services And we are able to make all of this available to you in an as-a-service manner. So if you are in need of a consumption-based model of innovative solutions, please contact HPE. We are absolutely there to support you with that, and we have the capability to do so. When we are looking into our mission-critical portfolio for SAP HANA, there are basically three pillars on the technology side. First of all, our appliances and supported SAP HANA systems, as you can see on the left-hand side of the slide. Secondly, our enterprise storage that is, of course, certified for SAP HANA, as well as our edge-to-core infrastructure for IoT edge or AI scenarios. All of that is covered by our services, and those include a whole bunch of different solutions. As I mentioned already, everything is a service. This is under the hood of the Green Lake for SAP HANA Solutions. We have factory express services with deployment services to make your integration of your new SAP HANA systems easier. Therefore, you can benefit from all of those services across our portfolio. We are not only delivering those services and architecting this infrastructure and selling it to customers, we are also consuming it as an end customer. In 2015, HPE has made a strategic choice of moving all those fragmented ERP systems that we had due to a whole bunch of acquisitions, of mergers, of spin mergers, into one single ERP. And that one single ERP is based on S/4HANA. Therefore, we are one of the largest S/4HANA customers in the world. And you can be assured that all of this experience that we've gained is really brought into our co-innovation process on the other end. So we have experience with really, really large and very complex projects like our own IT, and we are absolutely willing to share this experience with you. So in case you're interested on how that journey went, please feel free to contact us. We are very happy to share some of the learnings and experience with you. Now, all of that, the continuous co-innovation between the various partners, HPE, SAP, SUSE, and Intel, as well as our own experience and the collaboration between those partners, have really led to a tremendous success for HPE SAP HANA deployments in the market. What you can see on the slide is a Gartner report that is published every year, basically. So for the third consecutive year, HPE has been leading this market deployment report of Gartner back in 2019. This is when the last report was launched. And you can see here that in all the disciplines that were asked, may it be physical deployments versus virtual deployments, product maturity, also with regards to the memory size, for BW for HANA and S/4HANA projects, HPE has been leading the deployment market. And we are very proud to have that. But the benefit of this really is that with every deployed SAP HANA project, we are gaining more experience, and we are fueling this experience into our co-innovation process to make our products and solutions even better. And therefore, our customers can benefit from this market position even more, because it's not only a nice number on a nice slide, it's really something tangible in the end for you. Gartner is considering also HPE as a safe choice, and I think this is important for you to know. And this is not only a safe choice for on-premise deployment, but also for hosted SAP SAP HANA installations. Therefore, you should feel confident when selecting HPE and SUSE-based installations, because we do have a long track record and a lot of strength with SAP services and also SAP HANA installations. Now, with that being said, I would like to hand over to my colleague Jörg Schade. And he's going to dig deeper into the HPE portfolio for SAP HANA and tell you a little bit more about our mission-critical portfolio.
So thank you and good day from my side too. As already mentioned, HPE is one of the leading providers of hardware for SAP HANA, and I will now go into more deeps what HPE is providing from the technical side and from the support side. Basically, SAP HANA is running mainly on x86 hardware. x86 hardware means classical standard servers, standard industry servers based on 2 and 4 sockets normally, but that's not all what we can provide. HANA requirements request CPU power, request memory size, which is bigger than standard x86 hardware can provide. So HPE has produced systems which allow to extend the classical x86 world from 4 sockets or maybe 8 sockets up to 32 sockets, and allows to add memory up to the limits SAP is providing here. Same is for the enterprise storage. Yes, standard HANA requires just a bunch of disks or a LUN on a storage system to run successfully. But if it comes to operation and you need things like backup, then it's required to have storage which allows to have functionality to do snapshots, to replicate and things like that. Same is on the service side. Service is not just fix and repair when a problem shows up. Service is just more. It helps you to go into the HANA world. It helps you to run the HANA world, to extend the HANA world, and maybe even from an outsourcing or financial perspective, we can allow to go into a cloud-like model and allow you to move your financial world from the CAPEX model to the OPEX model. Now to the mission-critical systems. I already mentioned we can extend the world which has been provided by standard x86 servers going 4 or 8 sockets up to 32 sockets. And our certification before SAP HANA has now been extended for up to 32 sockets and 24 terabyte of main memory, both scale up and scale out. This is based on a system which we name SUPERDOME Flex, which allows not only for 32 sockets, it allows not only for 24 terabyte, it can be extended for up to 48 terabyte. And with special permission from SAP, we already ship systems to customers up to 48 terabyte in a single system image environment. We can use not only classical memory in our volatile memory in our systems, we can even use persistent memory setups in our systems as allowed or certified by SAP. These systems have much more reliability and security features than the standard x86 environments. What are these systems based on? The extension we provide to the classical x86 setup, which is based on the UPIs connecting the different CPUs, are ASICs, which allow to extend these UPIs over the 4 or in maximum 8 connections for a single server for up to 32 or even more connections right now. This is very quick. So the bandwidth is about 13 gigabits per second, and the latency is lower than 400 nanoseconds. So it's the same range the UPIs themselves have to connect the different CPUs. Based on that technology, we are able to connect those building blocks based on 4 sockets, 4 CPU sockets, and these ASICs for up to 32 or even technically 64 processors, which allow a technology which connects every processor with every processor in these big systems and have a maximum 1 hop between all set boxes we provide. But that's not all the technology we have, which allows to create such big systems. It's always the management environment, which is known from HPE for years, which allows these big systems to integrate it in your normal environments based on standards technology, not only on proprietary technology from HPE, so we can provide a Redfish environment to manage all set systems, starting from a single box up to the 32 socket systems at the moment. It's integrated in our general management tool, which is named HPE OneView. It can be integrated into the remote management environments from HPE, which allows us to monitor the systems, which allows us to see all alerts coming up with the systems, so to prepare for maintenance even before you see an error on your screen. This is based on a tool which is named HPE InfoSight, which is based on AI technology. It collects all information from our different customers, so we see very early if problems arise which are not based on a single system, which are based on several systems, so we can find out if we have a general problem with components or it's just a single source problem with that components. And it's finally integrating in all these other management tools, which are maybe based on Ansible, maybe based on Chef. And so we are very flexible in integrating these big systems into your operating and management environment. This is a special example here. I already mentioned we are certified for up to 32 sockets, and this is a lab model which is based on 64 sockets even. The reason I show this picture here is Corona. We run about 6 or 7 of those systems in our lab, and at the moment those systems are dedicated to Corona science environments. So the US anti-virus agency are working on those systems, finding out what we are able to do with Corona and against Corona. So we provide these systems to the general world to mitigate this Corona environment. But it's not only about hardware. Even if the hardware is bulletproof, runs 100% uptime, the problem is it may be a data center. So a data center can be down for many different reasons. Could be power, could be connection from the outside. So we do not have only hardware to mitigate such availability things. We have software on top of that. We name it ServiceGuard for Linux in that case, which is a son of an older project which we do for years on the classical Linux world, which enhances the availability of our systems over data center to have an uptime for applications which can be even better than 100% in a single data center. So this is an automated failover tool which allows to replicate logical environments. We name that packages, which include components of SAP, in that case SAP HANA or SAP application servers, also surrounding components like the web dispatchers or alike components to the other side. What is the advantage over Linux utilities? Yes, plain Linux delivers some basic components to do the same things. It is a more automated tool, so it's not a need, there is no need to manually configure everything like in a classical Linux CoroSync environment. It allows for very complex setup. It allows for very big clusters. If you have for example, in a scale-out environment, 60 nodes on every side, you have a cluster of at least 32 nodes, and this needs to be managed in a controlled manner. So you have a failover of all nodes from one side to the other, or no node from one side to the other. So this ServiceGuard tool or ServiceGuard cluster solution allows us to deeply integrate into SAP HANA, which does use many of the features SAP HANA provides into this high availability world. So we can follow here things like multiple data center setups, so having more than 2 data centers. We can support multi-tenant databases. We can support what we name safe sync, which is a functionality which allows to find out before you switch over, especially in a manual switch over, that the secondary side is fully synchronous with the primary side at that time. It allows for dual purpose configurations. It checks for double failures. So if only a network is disconnected, you have the ability to make policies which allow to define, I want to stay as long as I can, or I want to switch at the earliest moment, things like that, which are in addition to what a standard cluster solution will provide. Another thing which is very new, using my next slide. Now it comes up. This cluster solution even integrates the warm data management solutions from SAP. And this is just an example. We have even more capabilities built in here, which we directly together with SAP integrate in our products. So we are able to do not only the classical failover and wait, but allow to do a fully fledged environment based on SAP tools or products to fail over into the other world. As already mentioned, we do not only provide hardware or software in this environment, we even provide support, and we divide that in 3 basic pillars, our support. One is preparation and planning. As Marlies already mentioned, we did for years our own SAP environments. We implemented SAP for our own, and the learnings we have out of that can be provided to our customers by our service and support organization, which allows to help you plan for the setup or integration of SAP systems, planning, and of course doing the migration into a new environment from maybe an existing SAP system, maybe an other system. We can implement almost everything which is done in the SAP environment, including things like backup, including things like the migration as such, doing compliance and performance tests. Everything can be done here. And of course, the consumption model which can be provided by us is not only based on providing hardware, software and services. We can even provide a cloud-like environment which allows you to have totally different models of financing your SAP environment. So it's more OPEX based and not CAPEX based. We can provide this as a block. We can provide this in small packages, which we name adaptive management services. We can take the full operation for you, and not only for the operating system layer, even for the SAP basis layer. So there is almost anything in an SAP environment we can do for you if you do not want to do it yourself. To have some more deployment experience, we package the deployment options into 4 general packages. The most basic package on the low left is just we provide the hardware, maybe integrated in a rack. The second pillar we can provide We do not only provide the hardware, we can pre-provide almost everything, which means we can even set up operating systems, networks, and environments, especially if everything is contained within a single rack or a group of racks. So it can just be connected in your data center to power and network, and everything runs out of the box. We can have, in the third pillar, a turnkey implementation experience for you. So we get you some training on the environment we provide, so you are directly able to use out of the box what we provide. And the most complex or trivial experience on the other side, complex, is we hide the complexity from all the HANA systems by operating the HANA environment, connecting it to a special center of excellence, which runs your environment, knows your environment in very detail, including network connections, storage environments. So we can give you a totally proved experience into what is available on SAP HANA. This is just another view which should show you what can be provided from HPE on a more layered experience, and it should help you to find out which level of support you want to have, you want from us, and it goes from the planning up to operating your environments. The last slide from my side is the consumption-based model, which delivers you a cloud lake experience, but with the hardware sitting in your basement, in your data center, maybe in a co-location data center. So you have the full control over the environment on one side, but you don't have to do anything beyond the SAP business layer running this environment. So that was what HPE can provide you in a mission-critical SAP HANA environment to have a smooth feeling and a smooth environment for your life.